stretch out before you, but you pedal on to help them heal. Mighty angels ride to honor on wings of wheels. But through our smiles and through our tears, we can't forget just why we're here, riding to remember on wings of wheels. On wings of wheels. On wings of wheels. It's a journey that your heart can feel. On wings of wheels. And when their work on earth is done, we read the names so we can feel the presence all around us. On wings of wheels, as we ride on through the countryside with wingmen and women with whom we feel united in a higher calling. On wings of wheels. On wings of wheels. On wings of wheels. It's a journey that your heart can feel. On wings of wheels. It's a journey that your heart can feel. On wings of wheels. A brotherhood, a noble trek, with names etched into tags of steel. Each one of them is sacred. On wings of wheels. It journeys in, our bodies tied. The survivor's strength seems so unreal. They remind us of what really matters. On wings of wheels. On wings of wheels. On wings of wheels. It's a journey that your heart can feel. On wings of wheels. It's a journey that your heart can feel.
guys for pushing through another cold, rainy, muddy slog of a day. Not as bad as yesterday, but still pretty tough. And seeing you guys out there is really keeping the fire in the command vehicle going. And seeing the support staff, you're really doing it. So it's all you guys. Thank you.
You know, I've said this before. You know, once you become part of the Muddy Angel family, we just need you for one day, and we know we'll get you back. We're not sure why you come back. Every one of us has our own reason of why we want to come back and do this again. Mike Minerva Jr. and Mike Lanza rode with us for the first time last year and became Muddy Angels. And after the phenomenal time we had here last year in the evening, I rode with Mike Jr. For a few miles the next day through New York City. And you know, I just couldn't thank him enough. And I said, you know, I hope your dad was pleased with how things turned out. He goes, you know, once I got home that night and I talked to my dad said that was the best night he's ever had at Empress EMS. So as Muddy Angels, if you don't think we make a difference in the lives that we touch and those that see us around us, you're wrong, because we actually do in ways that we could never, ever really think about. The stage over to the president of Empress EMS, Mike Minerva.
Thank you, Brian. Welcome to the Yonkers, y'all. I'm glad you got. I'm glad that nobody got lost in Yonkers, and I'll tell you, you're a bunch of troopers for dealing with this weather and getting here safe and sound. We're so pleased that you're back with us again this year. And we hope that every year that the Muddy Angels thinks enough of Empress Ambulance in the city of Yonkers that you make us a stop every year. And I promise to have the pizza truck every year you guys come back. So, I don't have to it's such a great organization. Thank you to Brian and his staff and everybody that puts this together. I know you already thanked Bill, but Bill, thank you for getting us involved 2 years ago. And it's like Brian said, one day and I was hooked. I knew that it was something that we want to be part of year after year. I'm very proud of the 6 employees we have riding with the Muddy Angels this year, and I hope that grows year after year and that they do it for a longer period of time. I know we have a couple heading all the way to the end this year. We're excited about that. We look forward to you guys spending the rest of the evening with us. Thank you to Mike Blecker for putting tonight's event together. And on behalf of my brothers, Dan and Matt, we are so honored that you're adding a new name to your honorees tonight. Joe Moran was a longtime employee for us, and we're happy that and honored that he's being added to the list tonight. So thank you so much for coming.
So for those of you who don't know, Empress was the first rest stop sponsor to sign on with us this year. Mike reached out to us in December, and we had an answer. I went into the board meeting in January with a firm sponsorship from Empress. It was in the middle of the planning process that Empress EMS lost one of their own. Paramedic Joseph Moran died on December 27th, 2018, only a couple of weeks after Empress had invited the National EMS Memorial Bike Ride into their house once again. So not only would we be celebrating the lives of all of our honorees, but we would be celebrating the life of an Empress family member. Here joining us tonight to receive his dog tags is his regular partner, John Juvenet. John, would you please come forward? Would the bearer of Joseph Moran's dog tags please come forward? The Muddy Angels have braved cold, wind, and rain over the past 2 days, and one nice day. But the last 2 days have been conditions that no sane bicyclist would ever venture out in. And we do this not because we enjoy suffering, and not just trying to understand the suffering that the survivors of our honorees go through, but to bring life to the memories that we hold dear. And through conference of the dog tags, we recognize the contributions and sacrifices of paramedic Joseph Moran,
was lucky to get to work with Joe, about almost 3 years. Best partner I had at Empress. He's a great father, partner, son, just devoted himself to everything. He really was a great man.
And now to celebrate the lives of all of our honorees, our reading of the names. Can our readers and bell ringer please come forward?
Matthew Adams, Joel Barnes, Molly Berkowitz, Jenna Bixby, Stacy Brewers, Cecile Brownlee, Charles Bryanston, Rico Caruso, Musa Chaban, Bradford Clark, Bonnie Cook, Tom Costa Jr., Jeffrey Cozart, Jennifer Cross,
Marilyn Crowley, Nicole DeVelli, Julian Familia, Terry Farrell, Jason Faulkner, Kyle Fisher, Jody Frizzell, Paul Fronterio, Richard Garner, Isaac Greenlaw, Mark Grosham, Michael Guttenberg, Todd Borox, Eric Josette, Felipe Huerta.
Chris Iverson, Heather Jensen, Gary John, Nicole Kyler, Michael Keski, Robert Kohler Sr., Scott Kunkel, Ashley Landman, Todd Lasky, Carlos Lillo, Daniel Lister, Peter Loftus, Timothy McGee, Michelle Wright, Tim McClanahan,
Casey Mellon, Clint Mitchell, Joseph Moran, Gregory Murphy, Walter Nelson, Larry Oberly Sr., Patricia Osborne, Robert Parson, Zachary Pruitt, Robert Reeder, Joseph Rodriguez, Gregory Rosenthal, Joseph Schaefer, Jim Sears, Susan Stedman,
Martha Stewart, Alexander Tamori, Robert Toloricio, Philippe Torre, Christopher Truman, Nicole Van Heel, William Vocal, Betty Waite, Judy Walker Hilton, Stephen Werner, Harry Weymouth, Carol Whalen, Donald White, John Whitlock, Andrew Zucker.
Attention all units operating on this frequency. In conjunction with the National EMS Memorial Service now occurring, this agency will observe a moment of radio silence in honor of those members of our nation's emergency medical services who have made the ultimate sacrifice and given their lives in the line of duty. Please stand by unless you have an emergency. This concludes our moment of silence. Thank you. Please resume the moderator traffic.